This is Marilyn Boudreau with Century 21 Mike DeBono and Company in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Today I wanted to just talk a little bit about appraisals and what takes place when that appraisal comes back and it might not be at value. So you as a buyer are under contract and you're obtaining your mortgage, and the next step is for that lender to obtain an appraisal to send into the bank. If you're the seller, you're always waiting to make sure that that appraisal comes back at the contract price. So we all kind of nervously await until that appraisal has come back, because it does happen where appraisals come back short of the contract price. Well, what is your option then? What happens if the appraisal comes back in and it's low and it's not at the contract price? Well, the buyer can make up the difference. If they really want the house, they would be out of pocket the difference of what the appraisal is. Now, that doesn't happen a lot of times. You know, they only have a certain amount of money for the closing cost and other things that they're going to need, and they have to ask the seller, in order for me to move forward, I need you to agree to lower the price. So your realtor will negotiate that for you. And if you're the seller and it actually comes back low, your realtor is going to look at the comps that were used, and if there's something that they feel that substantiates the value to get it higher, we will fight for that and contact the appraiser and just submit the comparative and say, look, I noticed you didn't use this comparable in the neighborhood that closed at whatever square feet it was, to substantiate the price. Now, sometimes an appraiser is open to that and they will receive it and go in and amend the appraisal, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they say, nope, it is what it is and I'm not changing it. So appraisals, that's how they work. But unless you have an agent that is representing, you know, either you as the buyer or you as the seller, you don't have anyone that is negotiating that and assisting you if that does come up. You know, in other words, a seller doesn't have a place to where they can get access to the MLS and go in and obtain those comps and look at them. And neither does a buyer. So it's just another good reason to have a realtor on your side. But appraisals are tricky and they do come in low. So keep that in mind. This is Marilyn Boudreau with Century 21. Thanks for listening.